Good morning, student friends. Welcome to this lecture number 8 for transmission system. In the previous lectures, we discussed different types of clutches. In previous lecture, we discussed the electromagnetic clutch, advantage and disadvantage of electromagnetic clutch. Now, today we will discuss the last type of the clutch, that is the fluid flywheel or fluid coupling. So, fluid coupling is also known as a hydraulic coupling. Fluid coupling or fluid flywheel is also known as hydraulic coupling. It's an advanced system of power flow from engine crankshaft to the transmission. Get it? So, it is a hydrodynamic device which is used to transfer the rotational power from one shaft to another shaft by the transmission fluid. This is an advanced system for power flow from engine crankshaft to the transmission. Okay. It is used in the automatic transmission system, marine propulsion system, and in industries for power transmission. It is used as an alternative for mechanical clutch. It was discovered by Dr. Hermann Fettinger. He patented his discovery of fluid coupling and torque converter in the year 1950. Getting. So it offers jerk-slip engagement of gears and thereby it will damp the portable shocks while engaging a revolving crankshaft during the transmission. It is generally used with epicyclic gearbox or luxury cars equipped with automatic transmission. It is operated by pressing the accelerator pedal only. So, this fluid coupling or fluid flywheel, it is an advanced system of power flow from engine crankshaft to the transmission, that gearbox. Okay. Though it is discovered during 1950, it is to be used in the automatic transmission, that gearboxes. It is used in the luxury cars. So, let's see the working principle of this fluid flywheel. So, see the sketch which will give us the idea of principle of operation. So, the working principle of fluid can be easily explained by taking the two fans in which one is connected to the power supply. See, the two fans are there, they are situated in front of each other. One is connected to the power supply, other is not. When the power switch is on, the air from first fan starts to blow towards the second, which is not connected to the power source. This fan, left side fan, is connected with the electric source. It will blow the air over the second fan, which is not connected to the power source. Initially, when the first fan is blowing at lower speed, it does not able to drive the second fan. When the speed is lower, it is not possible to rotate the second fan. But as the speed of the power fan increases, the speed of air striking the blades of second fan also increases, and it starts to rotate. After some time, it acquires the same velocity of that of the first fan. So, this is a working principle on which the fluid coupling, fluid flywheel or the hydraulic coupling works. Which is having the driving member and driven member. So, this shows the actual diagram of the fluid flywheel, having the driving member from the engine, driven member to the transmission system. So, let's see which are the different main parts of the system. Housing is there. It is also known as the cell. It has oil-tight seal around the drive shaft. It also protects the impeller and the turbine from outside damage. Impeller or pump. It is a turbine which is connected to the input shaft and called impeller. It is also known as a pump because it acts as a centrifugal pump. Turbine. It is connected to the output shaft to which rotational power is transmitted. So, simply impeller is a driving, turbine is a driven. So, on the same principle, the fluid coupling works. In that, impeller acts as first fan, that is a driving, and the turbine acts as second fan, that is a driven. So, both impeller and turbine enclosed in oil-tight housing, this housing, which is enclosed with the oil. So, it is having the oil-tight sealing is provided to avoid the leakage of oil. The impeller is connected to the input shaft of prime mover, that is with the engine shaft, and the turbine with the output shaft, that is the input shaft of the transmission gearbox. So when the impeller is moved by the prime mover, the fluid in housing experiences centrifugal force, and due to the curved vanes of the impeller, the fluid directed toward the turbine blades. As the fluid strikes the turbine blades, it starts rotating. With the increase in the speed of impeller, the velocity of turbine increases and becomes approximately equal to the impeller speed. The fluid, after passing through the turbine blades, again return to the impeller. Again return to the impeller. So as prime mover moves, it rotates the impeller of the coupling. The impeller acts as centrifugal pump and throws the fluid outward and direct it toward the turbine blade. As high moving fluid strikes the turbine blades, it also starts rotating. After striking on the blades, the direction of the fluid changes and it is directed towards the impeller again. The blades of turbine are designed in such a way that it can easily change the direction of fluid. It is the changing the direction of fluid that makes the turbine to rotate. As the impeller speed increases, the speed of the turbine also increases. After some time, speed of both impeller and turbine becomes equal. In this way, power is transmitted from one shaft to another by using the fluid coupling. In the same way, the torque converter, which is used as an automatic transmission, works, but the difference is that the stator is placed in between impeller and turbine for torque multiplication in case of gearbox. So, here again we see the actual figure. Pump wheel, that is the impeller, is there, provided the vanes over its surface. It is not a simple disc. There is a vanes are provided, curved vanes are provided on this impeller, which is connected with the input shaft, that is the prime mover, that is the engine shaft. Then turbine wheel, which is also having the vanes, curved vanes are there, which is connected with the output shaft, that is the input shaft of the gearbox. And here housing is provided, which will house all these impeller and the turbine wheels. And it is the oil tight sealing is provided to avoid the leakage. Okay. So it is mainly consists of this driving member or driving torus and the driven torus. Okay. It is also known as torus, impeller, pump or torus. Torus means the profile is a toroidal shape. The profile is a toroidal shape. Getting. So, the driving torus is mounted on the input shaft, that is the engine shaft, while the driven torus is on the output shaft. The attachment of both the torus is through the spline portion. Here spline portion is there. Getting. So, in such designs, both torus can be slided over splines, whereas in other designs, only driven torus is free to slide on splines. Getting. So, maybe there is some changes in the design. So this both that member, driving and driven member, are enclosed within the casing, which is having the oil tight sealing is provided. These two members are not in direct contact with each other, rather are coupled by oil fluid of suitable viscosity always remains filled inside the casing. The curves vanes are provided, the radial ribs are provided on both the torus, both the members. Getting. So working. So when the engine start, input shaft causes the driving torus or this impeller or pump wheel to rotate, thereby rotating the oil contained in it. With the gradual increase in the engine speed, the rotational velocity of oil increases. At this moment, an oil particle having its own mass m located at distance r away from the center of shaft axis possesses a kinetic energy. It will possess the kinetic energy, and when shaft rotates with the engine RPM, gradually with increase in the shaft speed from the engine, that will be attained by the again this turbine wheel. Getting. So in this manner, once the moment is come when this input shaft, means this impeller and this turbine, they both are moving with the same speed. Thus both start rotating at same speed, and hence speed of the output shaft becomes identical to the speed of the input shaft. Getting. Provided slip does not occur between the two members. So in this way, this fluid coupling is acts. Right. So let's see the application. It is used in automotive industries for the transmission of power from engine to wheel as alternative of clutch. It is used in marine propulsion system. It is used in various industries for power transmission. Also, it is used with the automatic transmission system in all luxurious vehicles. So this is the end of this, the automotive transmission system, that is a clutch. So in this chapter, in this section, we studied the function of the clutches, definition of clutch, function of clutch, requirement of clutch, the principle of clutch, types of the clutches, and various types of the clutch, namely single plate clutch, multi plate clutch, diaphragm clutch, semi-centrifugal clutch, centrifugal clutch, electromagnetic clutch, and lastly the fluid flywheel or fluid coupling. So all these clutches are very important regarding the examination point of view. And in examination, they are going to ask any type of clutches or requirement of clutches. So I request all of you to make practice of all these figures for the respective clutches. Accordingly, you can attempt the quiz as well as you can solve the assignments. Thank you. Thank you very much. So in the next lecture, we are going to study the gearbox.